Ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year and welcome to Rashid Kaman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Let this year be a peaceful year in your minds. Let this year bring all the fruits that you have been looking for. Let this year be an year of grace, good health, and may you achieve all your dreams and surpass them until you become the person that you have always wanted to be. In this video, I want us to look briefly at William Samoei Ruto's address to the nation. The New Year address raised more questions than answers, if you ask me. William Samoei Ruto was at pain to explain why he is removing subsidies on electricity, because as from today, the cost of electricity has gone up by 15%. He was also at pain. In fact, he did not even explain why he removed the subsidies on education. It is something that is going to hurt this nation. He did not explain clearly why he removed the subsidies on fuel. He did not even mention about pesa ya wazee ilienda wapi, pesa ya kazi kwa vijana mitaani ilienda wapi. He did not explain. And I don't know which economic model he's using, because when you increase the cost of electricity, when you increase the cost of fuel, wakati unawanyima wazee pesa ambazo wamekuwa wakipewa, when unatoa vijana mitaani na kulikuwa na kazi ambazo walikuwa wanafanya, how do you expect the economy to grow anyway? If you are here and you're an economist, please tell me how the cost of electricity, increasing the cost of electricity and fuel, is going to grow the economy. And I don't know whether this is what they were referring to when they were talking about freedom. Is it the freedom that people were talking about when they were campaigning? In this video, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look at the impact of removing subsidies in our economy. So if you're here for the first time, this is Rashid Kaman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. And by the way, we are back on air in our old channel, that is Rashid Kaman TV. We are able to get it back. It had been hijacked, and every cloud has a silver lining, because we came up with other two channels, that is Rashid Kaman 2 and Gikuyu TV, Rashid Kaman Gikuyu TV. This is very, very interesting, and I thank you for the way you have stood up with this channel. In this video, I ask you just one thing: like this video, and please comment what you think, and maybe you can wish the members of this channel a happy new year. So the first impact of removing subsidies, because I believe everything is negative here, is that the cost of living is going to be very high. Increasing electricity means that people will have to dig deeper into their empty pockets. People will have to tighten their belts, although they don't have those belts. So it means life will be very, very difficult in 2023, as I said in yesterday's video. The other thing is that the cost of production will also be very high, because of the increase of electricity, because of the increase of fuel, and you find it very, very difficult when it comes to production. In fact, even the cost of uga, you even go higher. We have not seen it, by the way. The other thing is that the investors will see Kenya as a pariah, because the environment is not very, very attractive. So when you talk about investors, wawekezaji akikuja kuwekeza pesa zao ambapo bei gharama ya stima iko juu sana, gharama ya fuel iko juu sana, tell me which investor is going to come to Kenya? So how is he going to grow the economy? Because if you ask me, these things are likely to have the negative impact. The other thing that is likely to happen is that so the so-called hustlers, bodabodas, vinyozi, salonists, I'm telling you, they are going to close the business. So when you talk about the bottom economic model, This is when you talk about the bottom up. I think it is bottom. The bottom businesses you close down. The small scale businesses you close down. Sasa niambie kinyozi atafanya nini? Niambie huyu msusi, yani salonist atafanya nini? Niambie mtu wa bodaboda atafanya nini when you continue increasing the fuel day by day? Ni kazi inaweza kuwa gumu sana. And this one will create a lot of problem when it comes to unemployment. The problem for unemployment can only go on a higher level. The other thing is that I can see the school dropout increasing. Kwa sababu when you increase the school fees, when you remove the subsidies, many parents will not afford to take their children to school. Many parents will not afford the school fees. Remember, Kenya is a country where a majority of Kenyans live on less than $1 per day. This is very interesting in a country that has so much natural resources, only to be exploited by the rich, and they export this to the developed nations. So what we have is that the rate of illiteracy will be very high. That 100% transition from primary to secondary school may not even be achieved because everything is high. And remember, parents will have to pay for their children in school for them to eat lunch. Even if we are saying that we have 3 days secondary school, there's nothing like that. There's nothing free in education as far as Kenyan are concerned. So you are likely to see the increase in dropout in this country because of William Samoei Ruto's economic policy. Again, something else is that the crime rate is likely to be higher because wakati unafukuza vijana mitaani, wakati unawanyima pesa, inamaanisha kwamba hawatakuwa na kazi ya kufanya. So that is how some of these guys end up involving themselves in crimes. And the rate of crime is likely to increase because you see, these guys will not be busy. And again, when you look at the boda guys, they'll be driven out of the business. When you look at kinyozi, vile huenda kafuga kazi yake. So how are they going to earn their daily bread? How are they going to feed their families? That's why I'm saying that the cost of living and the crime rate is also going to increase. And it will only make difficult the work of the government to maintain law and order. The other thing is that I can see the life expectancy being affected. You know, life expectancy in Kenya, I think, is on an average of 45 years. So people expectancy, the life expectancy, maybe unaweza kuona ikiwa labda 35 to 40. Because when people experience a lot of problems, they despair. And when a person despairs, that is the end of that person. What we can say is that there are many things that William Samoei's government or the policies are going to affect Kenyans in all ways. Again, when you look at even the price of commodities, as I've said, they can only go higher. And again, William Samoei Ruto need also to explain to Kenyans, yes, he has removed the subsidies of electricity, education, and fuel. Where is that money? Where is the money being invested to? Yes, one thing that I can say was good, though not perfect, is the subsidies in fertilizer. Because although this one did not come out very clearly, up to today, people have never known whether Russia had given free fertilizers and then it was sold to Kenya shilling 3,500. And I think anything less than 1,500 shillings per bag of fertilizer is not going to have much impact in this country. So the cost of fertilizer should come down up to about 1,500. That is the only way we are going to increase the cost of production and bring the prices of uga and other commodities down. We also need to ask ourselves, why did Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta introduce subsidies in electricity? Because I remember during Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's time, the 1,000 Kenyan shilling was buying 63 units. Today, it cannot even buy 35 units. You can see what we are talking about. And remember, the cost of fuel has increased by 20 shillings per litre. And you can see why people are complaining. So it will take time for Kenyans now to be convinced that William Samoei's government policies are working for Kenya. Because if you ask me, they are not working. They are hurting Kenyans, by the way. And I think Kenyans need to know, need to talk and tell the truth, because sometimes people say that this government maybe was imposed to Kenyans by God. Yes, Mungu anaweza kutupa serikali. If you read the Bible very carefully, and you can ask one Ann Kariuki, because I saw her posting something like that, and who is a member of this channel, that even God can give people bad leaders to punish them for maybe one thing or the other. But that is not our whatever today. Our point is that removing of subsidies is hurting the economy. Removing of subsidies is causing more harm to the economy. It is actually even hurting the common man. It is not the best thing to do at the moment. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, these policies are not working. So remember to subscribe to Gashies Kaiman TV and Gashies Kaiman 2, and may you have a happy new year, and may you be blessed, and till next time, bye bye.